covered by Chris Childs. Ellie's shot has not been there for him, really, for much of the postseason, and so far through 2 games of the finals. But he is a tough defender, and he's an inspirational guy on this team, so they want him on the floor as much as possible.
You know, I'm sitting here by Dave Checketts, who's obviously the president of the Knicks, and he was talking to me, and he said, you know what? Until you see these guys in person, you don't realize how tough Elliott, Jackson are on the perimeter defensively. And he's, you know, as I talked to him between the timeout, you see Dave right there. He said, you know what? Our guys are playing. We can't find a way to get the ball in the basket as Tim Duncan leaves the game, and you see his numbers.
25 and 15 with 4 blocks thrown in. You know, everyone talks, and understandably so, about New York being a Cinderella team, considering they were in danger of not even making the playoffs late in the season. But with the exception of 3 guys, Elliott, Duncan, and Robinson, who were first-round draft picks, this Spurs team is a team of vagabonds. Here's Antonio Daniels out to Jaren Jackson, who's one of them. Jaren Jackson finally hits a 3, which is some satisfaction for him. But Jackson's a guy who's been with 8 teams. Mario Elie played with a bunch of CBA teams, played in 4 different countries. Avery Johnson was cut twice by the Spurs. So if these guys are closing in on a championship, it's been after a long, hard road for most of them. They take a 2-game lead to New York, winning game 2, 80-67. The Admiral is with Ahmad Rashad.
All right, thanks, Bob. I'm here with David Robinson. David, sort of a strange game in the beginning, but you guys showed so much poise and concentration coming back in the second half.
Yeah, you know, it was ugly. When you got 2 defensive teams like that, you might end up shooting 20 and 30%, but the defense really kept us in there tonight, man. It was ugly. We couldn't get in the basket, but we made some great plays defensively.
And you yourself have made some great plays. You seem to do whatever is needed on this team for them to win.
I've really had to adjust to that all year, and the guys know that they get a big spark off of me when I can get a steal or a block, and so I really take a lot of pride in doing that for this guy.
All right, congratulations, David. We will see you next time.
All right.
Back to you, Bob.
Ahmad, a final bit of bookkeeping. The last basket by the Knicks kept this from being the lowest scoring game in finals history, but barely. The Spurs winning it by 13. Tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern, it's 3rd-round coverage of the 99th U.S. Open Championship from Pinehurst, North Carolina. This is the rest of our final schedule, beginning with Game 3 from Madison Square Garden Monday at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. The golf coverage comes up over the weekend, the U.S. Open on NBC. Now tonight, after your late local news, it's The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, and Jay's guests include Robert Wagner. Then late night with Conan O'Brien with Mike Myers. For those of you who'd like to continue with NBA coverage, a post-game report is immediately available on CNBC. For Doug Collins, Ahmad Rashad, and Jim Gray, I'm Bob Costas. See you Monday night from New York. This has been the NBA on NBC.